Hi everyone, my name is Rebecca and I work with TRiO Student Support Services. And today is National Voter Registration Day. Across the country, people at schools, universities, and nonprofits are working the entire day to get people registered to vote for the November election. Now normally you would see big block parties or day-long events where people are getting registered and having tons of fun. But because we are in the midst of a global pandemic, things look a little different this year. However, just because we can't party together doesn't mean that you have an excuse to not be registered to vote. Today, I'm going to show you how easy it is to request a voter registration application online and how you can register yourself. Now I'm going to share my screen and we will walk through the site. Give me 1 second. All right, so this is the main page that you're going to go to. I know that there's a number of different places that actually share the same information, but this is because you can do so much on this site. I want to show you guys specifically this. So this is the votetexas.gov site by the Texas Secretary of State, and there are two main things that you can do on this site. The first one is to check, are you registered? Maybe you were registered in school, maybe you're registered a couple of years ago. You can check that information here. You go to this drop down and you can choose which option you want to do. I always do name, county, and date of birth because it's the easiest to do. The VU ID is your voter unique identifier. That's a number specific to you as a voter. This is your Texas driver's license number. You can find that on your license. But again, this is the easiest one to check. So you'll put in this information and you do have to click the county that you were registered in. So if you've since moved, you'll have to put the original county you were registered in. And they list all the ones in Texas. But once you submit that, you'll be able to see if you're registered. Now, if it comes up you are currently registered at your current address, then you're good to go. You don't have to do anything else. Now, if you were registered in a prior county, it will say, if you've since moved, it will tell you, your prior address. Let's say you have to change it. We go back to the site. Or let's say that you were never registered and it comes up, hey, you're not registered. If you've never been registered to vote before, or if you need to change your address, you can click on this link. And it gives you a number of options. The first one, are you registered? Are you already registered? To confirm your status, it'll take us back to the same link. But if you know, hey, I need to change my address, I've moved within the last, a year, 6 months since I was last registered, you'll click on this link. This is the voter name and address changes website. You can change just your address on your voter registration here, completely online. It's a cool feature that Texas allows us to do. You will need some information. And I will say, if you need to find your voter unique identifier, let us know. I won't walk you through that today because it is a few more steps. But if you need that, we can find that for you. You will need this information, but you can do this all online. So that's how to change your address if you've already been registered. Now, let's say you've never been registered before. You can do this through one of two ways through this site. The first one is going to the Secretary of State Online Voter Registration Application webpage. You'll go here and we'll talk about the requirements in a little bit. But for the sake of this, I'm going to click on yes, I'm a citizen, and yes, I will be 18 years of age. I will be. It gives you the information to fill out straight on the webpage. So your name, your address, important information. Once you click submit, it'll take you to a page and you can print out that and submit it that day. So you print it out, you sign it, you put it in an addressed envelope with a stamp, and you send it off and you're good to go. I will say that you do have to have it in the mail by the deadline, which is October 5th. It has to be postmarked by that day. And really you should send it in a few more days before. But you could do this, like I said, 5 minutes and you'd be done. Now you do need to have access to a printer for this. But there is another way that you can also register to vote using this site. Now, let's say you don't have access to a printer. Let's say you don't have stamps. It happens. You can also request a printed application. You click on this link. Again, you'll need to put in some information, your first and last name and your current address, and they will send you a registration form, an envelope, a pre-approved stamp, and you can fill it out and send it off again within that day. This does take a little bit longer to get to people. So if you want to stop this video right now and do this because you want to get it in and make sure you don't have any worries, go ahead, go to this site. You have permission to exit off of this video, fill out information, and they'll get it to you as soon as they can. So You can also, we're going to talk about our local voter registrar in a minute, but they also list how you are eligible to vote. So of course you need to be a citizen, you need to be a resident of the county where you submit the application, and you have to be at least 17 years and 10 months old. And you can register before you're officially 18. You just have to be 18 years of age by election day. So if your birthday is election day, anytime from now to the deadline to register, you can get registered. There are a couple more eligibility requirements. If you're not sure if these apply to you, I would do some research. But if you have questions, let us know. So that is the votetexas.gov, Texas Secretary of State site. You can do a lot of cool, interesting things here. I'd encourage you all to look and see, you know, where's my polling place. You can look at election results and even past ones. And they also have some great reminders here. So like I've been saying, last day to register is October 5th. And then early voting begins not that far after. So October 13th is the first day of early voting. So I did mention that we were going to go to another site. We're now going to go to the Harris County Clerk's Office Election Division. And so they handle all elections for Harris County. A lot of, you know, if you live in Chambers County, they will have a similar site for you to go to. I'm just going to go to Harris County because it is the one that I'm in. That's where a lot of our students are. So let's say you want to do something that's even a little bit quicker. You can go to Harris County Clerk's Office Election Division. Again, they have some great information, but I'm going to be clicking over here on voter registration information. Oh, and this is harrisvotes.com, a really easy site to remember, just like Texas Vote or Vote Texas. So voter registration is actually done by the tax collector here in Harris County, and you'll find that with a lot of counties across Texas. Her name is Ann Harris Bennett. She does our voter registration, or keeps up with our voter registration records, and then Chris Collins is over our election division. So if you go to her site, which is hctax.net, but you can also get to it from the Harris Votes website. She also has the eligibility requirements. And let's say you wanted to register through here, you can go to, oh, right here, you may register to vote. So if you click on here, she also lists the ways that you can vote, and she gives the links that are also the same ones that we just clicked on with the Texas Secretary of State. But there are a couple more ways that you can register to vote through the Harris County Tax Office. So the first one is you can actually go to any location and submit your completed sign form during normal business hours, Monday through Friday. And you can find there are locations here. There's usually one within driving distance of a lot of people in Harris County. The next one that you can do is, again, these are the same ones that we just went through. You can request by email. If you email voters@hctx.net, their office will mail a paper application to you. Now, you will have to provide your current mailing address and your phone number in case they have any questions, and of course your name. But this is pretty easy to do as well. They will send you an application. I'm not sure if they send you an envelope as well as a stamp, but you can always reach out and at least get the application through them. You can also call their number and they can assist you. They can assist you in several different languages. They have to do that by law. And then the last one is a little bit tricky and may require some research, but you can pick up an application at a number of government offices. So sometimes your local U.S. Postal Office will have them, your local library, high schools, DPS sites, and Texas Health and Human Services Commission offices will have these voter registration forms. Now, again, they may not have them, they may be out. It's not like the Harris County Tax Office, they will always have them. I know that like the Sterling Library happened to have some when I walked in a couple weeks ago. They don't always have them, they may have more, they may have less. I would call, if you're going to go to the library or the DPS office or the post office, I would call ahead and make sure that they have them. They may have ones that you can fill out and drop in the mail yourself. Again, just call ahead, ask them, hey, do I need to bring an envelope? Do you guys provide them? Just call and ask, they will be happy to help you. So those are the different ways that you can register to vote. Again, there are 3 different sites that you can go to, the main one being votetexas.gov. You can do, like I said, both of these things here, and they make it really easy to start the process. Now, you can't register online unless you're renewing your driver's license, but this is also a sure way to get that in. So those are the few ways that you can register to vote. If you need any help, if you have any questions, please let us know. If you need us to walk through that site, if you're not sure how to navigate it, we'd be happy to help. So I hope, now, if you stayed watching this whole time, I hope now you go and register to vote. I hope you have a happy voter registration day, and I hope you guys stay safe. Bye.